Hey guys, welcome back to Tower of God New World. In today's video, I wanted to go through a few things from this update, some of the bonus stuff you can get, but also a very important one that we have, which is a rotational thing. I didn't cover it last time, but it's more potent for a lot of people now, and that is going to be the Agency Service Center. But let's go through everything else first and talk about all the bonus stuff you can get. Now, the first thing I want to touch on is this countdown check-in. Normally when they did the last two times they've done these event countdowns, they've been 7 days. The first one we did a 7-day countdown, then we had 7 days with nothing, and then we had the event. Last time we had the 7-day countdown, if you remember. Then after that 7 days, we started straight into the event. We had Vesper overlapping with the other characters, and I thought that was pretty cool, but that does get quite intensive. So this time we are doing a 14-day countdown, then the event will start, then we'll get the new banners, then you can start summoning for the new characters if you've been saving for them and not summoning for Khun Rand. So that is that one. But this login, pretty nice. We get 30 pulls from it. We get like, what is it, 2,000 gems, you know, a bit of other resources. It ain't too bad. On top of that, we do have the other login that's continually ongoing as well, which obviously we get a bunch of stuff from that as well. So those are the main things we're looking at. Now we do have the Amigo Chars in there. I have not even looked at this guy at the time of recording this, so I will get back to you guys about this guy once I take a look more. I think from memory he becomes immune to debuffs and he gets that shield every time he basic attacks. So I think he's going to be a bit of an interesting, maybe as a hard to counter those shields or something like that. Have to wait and see. But besides that, we have the story mode. So go in here, go to side stories, and you can do Khun Rand's side story. Honestly, I'm hanging out for them to introduce more acts to the main story. It's really triggering me that I'm missing out on so many extra free 10 pulls from not having the story implemented, but hey, that is neither here nor there. Those are the main ones. The other one we have, of course, is if we go to the growth section in the shop, you can purchase this one copy of Khun Rand for 6,000. And as always, I recommend doing this because then we go to events and we have his growth missions, which all you have to do is, as you can see, I've done it. I've only got one copy. You just have to complete these missions. The hardest one's probably using him in arena, because the campaign one you can just lose with him. The arena you have to win, but you just fight the weakest enemy in the normal arena if you're struggling with your one copy of him. Then you get that 10 pull refunded along with these additional resources. Then if you pull 2 more copies of him, you will get a free copy, but don't stress about that if you don't want to go for him. At least pick up that 3,000 gem copy, because you'll get one free. Basically you just get a free copy of him by doing that, plus the extra resources, because you get refunded that 10 pull. The other thing we have is his demo event. Go and do this. It's just free rewards. It's not too crazy. It's very easy, in fact. So that is what we've got essentially in the update for the core things. Now, I want to talk about what we have going on here. So the Agency Service Center. Now you can see I'm waiting for my previous day one to clear, because on my previous day I did my co-op ones and waited for them to finish, because by finishing them I could refresh this one and I could get the higher level. As you can see, I've just leveled up into this range here, where now I can get basically A rank ones. And then obviously if you haven't completed all these ones, you don't want to do anything with these until you complete all these. So I've got to wait until this one finishes in 9 hours before I collect it and then do what I'm going to do with these. But what I did, you can see over here in the co-op ones, is I refresh. Now refreshing costs you 300 gems. So like all other things that cost you gems in this game, it is completely up to your personal preference on whether you do this. But if you're someone that does like to spend some gems to, you know, optimize resources, this is the time to do it. Now, I don't normally do more than one refresh. On this one, I had 1 B+ with Shinsu. I deployed that, then I reset, and then everything else jumped into Shinsu. Unfortunately, none of them are A rank, which would have given me more, but because we have this bonus event, you can see I'm getting 3,600, plus another 6,000, 4,200, 4,500, 4,800. So I'm getting 4,800 Shinsu just from this one, and I only used one refresh. Now, it is godly luck for me to roll into all of these Shinsus, but in general, you know, if I could roll an A1 while we got double, even if I just roll a couple B+, I don't normally do more than one refresh because I don't like to risk my luck too much. Also, if I get a bunch of A's and they're not Shinsu, then I will keep it as well, because A's can contribute to completing this. But, you know, if it seems too expensive to do it during the time when it's only 1 times rewards, the 300 gems to do, you know, one refresh to check if you can get some more Shinsu isn't too bad in my opinion, because if you get one B+, now obviously if you're earlier on and this is like level 3 or something, I wouldn't recommend doing this. This is only if you've been playing a while and you've progressed up to level 7, maybe level 6 as well, because level 6, that gives you the B+ activations. But when you look at the cost of doing one refresh, and say within, you know, two of the refreshes you get one, it's not too bad compared to, if we're comparing it to the workshop store cost of 500 gems for 500. I spent 300 gems and I got like a bonus 3,000. So to me, that weight's worth it. Obviously RNG is involved in it. It's not just guaranteed like this where you spend 500 gems to get 500, but I never purchased these because I find these to be too expensive. I do purchase the ones for gold because I find there's enough avenues, especially with the new features we got in the game, including the Guardian test. Now we've got an extra boss battle as well. I feel like there's enough avenues to generate enough gold for yourself in the game at the moment to warrant purchasing those. But like I said, the Agency Service Center is another one while we have the bonus event going on. So as you can see here, I've got one B1 with 600. This one's a B+. You know, depending if the last three that I see, unfortunately you can't see them until these clear. So I'm not going to progress anything until these ones clear, and I will probably reroll all of these away unless there's a B+ or higher Shinsu drop, because I'm a gambling man on this, and you know, maybe I'll get a better drop out of this. Maybe I'll deploy just the Shinsu at B rank for 600, but we'll wait and see. I haven't decided, and there is no cut and dry method for should you refresh, what should you refresh on. To me, anything B+ and above that's Shinsu I will keep. Anything that's A rank I will keep because it contributes to this, and then anything that's B+ not Shinsu or B and below, I'm pretty highly likely to reroll. However, if I've already like locked in 2 of them, then I'm probably not going to reroll. If I've locked in 1, then I will do a reroll. Like I said, there's no exact like cheat sheet on when to do it. You just got to do what you're comfortable with, and if you don't want to do it and you'd rather not waste a summon on getting more Shinsu, then that is fine. But just keep in mind, Shinsu is a massive breakpoint when you start leveling up. I think to get her from 200 to 201 was 20,000 Shinsu. So for these guys, that's gonna be 20, 40, 60, 80,000 Shinsu that I need just to get all of those to 201, and then she's probably gonna be 30 or 40,000. So we're looking at about 100,000 Shinsu that I need, and as you can see, I am currently at 5,000. So that is definitely something to consider. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't mind doing it, then now is the best time to do it while we have this event going on, where you get the double drops, because it's more valuable and the cost of refreshing doesn't actually change. So you're still only spending 300, but you're doubling the drop that you get in Shinsu from doing so. So completely up to you guys. Like I said, it does cost a summon for the refresh. I don't do a ton of refreshes. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention at the start of the video, your Alliance event has started, so I haven't even jumped in and done that yet, but that is on as well. But like I said, Shinsu is something I am desperate for, so I am going for that all the way, and I think that pretty much covers everything that I want to mention in this video from the event. Like I said, the Shinsu is like Servant Center is just great for Shinsu, because honestly, like if you look at the cost of this, it's just way too expensive. But if you're an early game player within like your first 2 to 3 weeks, then I probably wouldn't recommend buying this, because you probably need more of that gold for upgrading gear and stuff at that stage still. But just play it based on your account and see what you do. Obviously, I've mentioned this in a previous video, I buy the experience as well, because hey, I want to progress as fast as possible in levels and stuff like that, even if it is at the detriment to some summons, even though I am free to play. But as always guys, that is going to be for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.